What is up guys, Munash here, and today I'm taking my 17th champ. Wow, can't believe it's 17 already. But yeah, I'm taking my 17th champ to rank 5, and that's gonna be Guillotine 2099. And at first I was a little bit hesitant to make this rank up because I just didn't know what I was actually gonna use her for. Being done with Act 6 and only having Abyss and feature content waiting. But yeah, I found out some pretty cool things that she can do, and I'm not even sure if she's supposed to be doing them. So I actually wanted to just showcase some of the cool things she can do in Act 6 Chapter 4, particularly in the 5th map with the Hydra Adaptoid. So I'm going to jump into the Vivified path, and this path was a little bit annoying because there's not a lot of good counters for it, because you need to sort of power control, but you can't power burn, power drain, or power steal. You can pretty much only power lock. So I did most of this path with stock Spidey, and then I had Quake for a few of the tricky fights. And I just found out that Guillotine actually works on this path. Her power burn is actually working. I don't know if it's supposed to. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, so really what we have to do now is activate her pre-fight ability to get the power burn after 100 hits. And then that's when the magic begins. So yeah, the first fight is gonna be a bit long as usual because that's the ramp up fight. Then the rest of them will be a lot quicker. So here the goal is just to get to 100 hits. So we had to kind of just bait out his specials until we get to 100 hits on the combo meter. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward this because it's just really boring baiting specials, doing 5-hit combos. So yeah, when you get to about 100 hits, that's when the magic really begins. So now I'm at 98 and I decide I can now push him to a special 3, and her last hit will drain power. So her mediums apply a power burn. So now as you can see I can be a lot more aggressive and push him to a special 3, knowing that I can just burn some power and he will never get to that special 3. And that makes the fight go a lot quicker because now you can play a lot more aggressive. That and also her damage output starts to really ramp up after 100 hits. So even though he is regenerating a little bit from masochism, it doesn't really make much of a difference because the energy damage is just far higher than what he regens. I think it's only a 5% masochism. So even applying the Spectre from the special 2 won't really help much. So yeah, it's all about that energy damage. And I also decided to use the lifesteal pre-fight ability because it just helps to mitigate some damage that you might take from parrying. But yeah, as you can see, once we actually get to 100 hits, the fights just go so much quicker. And it just ramps up a lot faster. Now we're doing 4,500, 4,700, probably just 1 or 2 more combos, and then we have to make sure to end the fight with a special 3 just so we can bank that 100 hit combo. So we start the next fight with 100 hits. Okay, so Colossus down in 202 hits, and that's going to be by far the longest fight. Okay, so now we have Civil Warrior. Same nodes, Masochism and Vivified. So just gotta make sure that we activate the pre-fight ability to allow us to burn power. So this time I went with the Huntress function because I want to see what a crit damage is like. So this will get a guaranteed crit every 20 hits. So yeah, this fight should go a lot faster than the last one because we're already ramped up, so we just need to make sure that we're just finishing our combos with medium attacks. So yeah, I'm just trying to bait a special, even though I don't need to. But I kind of just want to show you how much time you can waste if you actually have to bait specials. So initially here I was actually trying to see if I can get to a special 2 before I can get to my 20 hits for the guaranteed crit. But yeah, that didn't work out, so I'm just going to ignore that and finish the fight with a special 3. So I don't know if this is working as intended because the node does state that they should be immune. So yeah, I don't know if this is a bug because I tried it with Dr. Voodoo and it didn't work. His power burn did not do anything at all. They actually said immune every time I used it. So yeah, if it is a bug and you want to use her for this path, then I recommend that you do it before it gets fixed. And remember, don't talk a bam. So you saw there I almost killed him before finishing the fight with a special 3. So yeah, I just gotta be careful for that. Okay, so now we have Ghost Rider. Okay, and this time I want to actually make sure that I get a special 2 crit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a heavy attack because a heavy attack only does 1 hit. So that should make sure that I can get to special 2 before I hit 20 hits on my combo. And then I heavy it. Just another heavy. And now I'm pretty sure I will be able to get to special 2 before 20 hits. The only thing about using a special 2 in this fight is that you have to make sure that you drain at least 2 bars of power. Otherwise you could push him to his own special 3. So there I'm going to bait a special 2, do 2 mediums, and I'll intercept with the special 2. Okay, it's not bad. Although to be honest, I feel like the special 2 is just more for utility than damage, you know, because it does apply that Spectre debuff to reverse regen, and it's got a lot of hits on it, so it's good for ramping her up. But really her main source of damage is just that energy damage. Okay, I'm gonna throw another one here. only the third hit will crit. And then the rest of the special 2 will crit as well. So I'm not going to bother ending with the special 3 here because it's going to be the last fight I want to showcase. So yeah, 76 hits, I think that's pretty decent. And also just the amount of time the fight took as well, because you do spend a lot of time baiting specials if you don't have good power control. And if you're going to tank specials with like a ghost, that's also a lot of special 3 animations you have to go through as well. So yeah, she's a pretty good counter for this part. I imagine she can do most, if not all, these fights. Although that also mini-boss might be a bit tricky, especially with the special 2, because I don't know how to evade that. But yeah, anyway, let's move on now to the next part. So now I'm here, I'm still in 6.4.5. And now I'm doing Power Struggle and Aspect of Evolution. So yeah, I'm gonna use that same pre-fight ability for the Power Burn. And get some lifesteal as well. But once again, it's the first fight of the quest for her, so it'll only activate after 100 hits. So yeah, it might take a while to get there. So again, I'm just gonna fast forward that. So with Power Struggle, you only get a bar of power when the opponent gets a bar of power. But when they use a special attack, they drain all your power. But when you combine that with Aspect of Evolution, the nice thing is, because the power gain rate is going up every time they gain a bar of power, you actually gain power faster, because they gain power faster. And even though this node also increases their crit resistance, she doesn't crit, so that's not a problem as well. The only downside is that when you parry, you're going to take quite a lot of block damage, because their attack is also increasing every time they pull a bar of power. But the plus side with the crazy power gain is that you also gain power a lot faster, which makes it a lot easier to finish the fight with the special 3 without saving for it. So eventually I'll be doing one combo and getting 3 bars of power. And now I just make sure to finish it with the special 3 to bank those 100 hits. Okay, now let's move on to the next fight, which is Venom the Duck. So yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit more intense on the block damage, because we do have class disadvantage, and he does have 300,000 health, approximately. But fortunately, we can start with 100 hits, so the fight shouldn't take too long. So yeah, the first fight is always by far the longest. Now you see they're actually going a lot quicker because we already have that energy damage. And that energy damage ramps up quite quickly as well. So yeah, I do have to bait a few special attacks just to avoid the block damage, because you will see I do take a lot of block damage in this fight. So yeah, I am playing quite aggressively, you know, just because I want to get the fight done a bit faster and show that you don't have to worry about baiting specials, if not for the block damage. Especially when he has that Fury. So what's cool about draining power with Aspect of Evolution and Power Struggle is that you can actually gain more power than they do. So he's at 4%, finished with the special 3, and we only took 72 hits to get to this stage. So yeah, not bad. Okay, let's just do one more fight, because this is a relatively good matchup, because Guillotine 2099 doesn't crit, so she won't trigger any of Scarlet Witch's abilities. Let's see if we can actually sustain ourselves. So I'm going to start this fight with 25% health. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. That lifesteal does help a lot to mitigate block damage, but you're not going to gain more health than you take from Aspect of Evolution. Oh, there I did mistime my evade. Fortunately, it didn't crit. So now I'm at 17%. Now I just gotta be a bit more careful. But yeah, 35 hits in. She's at 60%. Pretty good. So yeah, I really like how quickly she can deal with these fights once she's ramped up. And also, big red numbers. Who doesn't like big red numbers? So yeah, 68 hits, that's pretty decent. Didn't take much time as well. And the nice thing is you can pretty much ignore Power Struggle because she doesn't rely on her specials, except for that special 3 just to bank that combo. And yeah, that's all I have for Act 6, Chapter 4 today. That's what I wanted to showcase, and then here I just added a little bit of a bonus fight. I went up against Variant 3 Kang with the selective time stream nodes, which means you will go back to full health every 20 seconds of the fight if you don't have Incinerate or Shock. But here I kind of just wanted to see what her damage output could be like when she gets to a higher combo. It's going to go back to full here, which is all good because it means we can just ramp her up even more. Then look at that ramp up. I mean, those red numbers are just so glorious. We're seeing some nice red numbers there, almost at 10k. 10k per hit, that is. Look at those red numbers. Her damage potential is definitely one of the highest in the game. Now we're at 11k. It's gonna go back to full now. And you see that lifesteal is keeping us quite healthy as well. Past 12k. So yeah, I actually do find her quite fun to use once she's ramped up. And it's got some good utility. I really like that power burn mechanic. The special one has decent power drain as well. Not the best, but at least it's only on the special one, so you don't have to wait too long to get to it. And she's a robot, so she is double immune. And if you don't use one of her pre-fight abilities, you will start with a permanent armor buff, which makes her a good havoc counter as well. And obviously not being able to crit makes her a very popular option for stuff like spiked armor. And the flow defense tactic, which is very popular in Alliance War right now. And also in incursions, I imagine she'd do very well in incursions as well. Also, I just really like the character design. She's got some pretty cool animations. I especially like her special too, just the way she splits her swords and does all those hits. And also the way her sword changes when you do 100 hits is also quite cool. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys found this video interesting. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.